The ocean is lying to you. Those waves you hear at night, they aren't just water. Something down there is still calling. Long before storms, before shipwrecks, before fear, the sea was alive in a way we can't even imagine. It shimmered with light, calm and endless, a place where nothing hid in the dark, because there was no darkness to hide in. And beneath it, there was a god. Not a destroyer, not a monster, but a guardian. He moved with the tides, breathed through the currents, watched over every living thing below the surface. The ocean obeyed him, trusted him. And for a long time, he trusted the world above. Until he saw her. A single human, standing at the edge of everything he ruled. She didn't fear the waves like the others. She stepped closer, as if she could hear him watching. Day after day, she returned, and something inside him began to change. Gods aren't meant to love. But he did. So he gave her a piece of himself. A glowing fragment of the sea, filled with his power, his trust, his heart. A gift no mortal was ever meant to hold. For a moment, it felt like peace. Then, everything shattered. She turned away. And behind her, came ships. Not one. Not a few. An army. Men who didn't see the ocean as sacred, but as something to conquer. They carried weapons forged for destruction, guided by the very power he had given her. What he thought was love, became the key to his undoing. The first flame touched the water, and the sea screamed. Arrows fell like fire. Steel tore through the surface. Creatures fled into the depths. The balance he had protected for eternity, collapsed in a single moment. And inside him, something broke. Not sorrow. Not grief. Something far worse. Rage. The sky turned black as he rose from the depths, towering above the burning horizon. Lightning split the heavens. The ocean beneath him began to twist, to churn, to rise. If humanity wanted to conquer the sea, then they would learn to fear it. And in that moment, he made the worst mistake a god could make. He cursed the ocean. The waves rose like mountains, swallowing entire fleets in seconds. Storms were born that would never truly end. The calm waters vanished, replaced by chaos, by violence, by something unnatural. But the curse didn't stop with destruction. It went deeper. Far deeper than he ever intended. Because in the darkest parts of the ocean, there are places even gods cannot reach. And his rage, his power, his curse, sank into those depths. And something heard it. Something ancient, something that had been waiting long before he ever existed. The water began to change. It grew colder. Heavier. Alive in a way that felt wrong. Shapes moved in the darkness. Massive, silent, watching. The creatures of the sea twisted into horrors. Eyes began to glow where no light should exist. The ocean was no longer his. And for the first time, the god felt fear. He tried to stop it. Tried to pull back the curse, to silence the chaos, but it was too late. The power he unleashed no longer belonged to him. It had awakened something else. Now, he sits in the ruins of his own creation, deep beneath the waves, his light fading, his control gone. The guardian of the ocean, reduced to nothing more than a witness. Because below him, something breathes. Something vast enough to make a god feel small. And it's still growing. So the next time you stand at the edge of the sea, and the waves seem to whisper your name, don't listen. Because the ocean was never meant to speak. And the god who cursed it was not the last thing to wake.